hearing Crazy in Love, specifically homecoming version, if you know, you know, which feels significant, as in like someone's coming home. Bees could be significant, and also obviously like honeycombs, but honey almond. Maybe that's the scent that you wear. Maybe this is scent that your person likes on you. Maybe you like honeyed almonds. Like, take that as it resonates. Okay. Current energy, collective peace, mindset. I have to make sure I didn't miss one. Four of Cups upright. That's like dissatisfaction. That's like missed opportunity. That's okay, hold on. Ace of Wands reversed at the bottom of the deck, bubbling under the surface like a direction, but emerging ideas could also be significant. Moon card on its side. Waxing moon, shifting consciousness, claiming strength, final steps, increase. Yeah, we're gonna, I mean, I flipped it this way for a reason. Making progress. Okay, so you could be just sitting in kind of this sulky energy, but it is kind of shifting. It is kind of shifting. I feel like wavering a little bit, right? Strength reversed at the bottom of the deck here. You're doubting something. Could it be whatever is connected to this crazy in love feeling that you have going on? We'll see. Four of Pentacles reversed. Reevaluating your plans. That speaks to like not focusing on materialism and wealth. So it could be that you're sulking right now. Maybe your financial prospects aren't where they need to be. Maybe your money is looking a little funny. I don't know. I mean, that's kind of what I'm picking up on here, like here. But it's working on you, or at least for the last 2 weeks, it's been trying to work on you. Four of Swords reversed. Other than that moon card, we have the Four of Cups, the Four of Pentacles reversed, and now the Four of Swords reversed. 444 is significant. Page of Wands reversed. I just heard a big bang. Four of Swords reversed. Page of Wands reversed. It's like Spirit trying to work on you with this energy, but you're just stuck. It's like you're stuck in the smog, which is so funny because yesterday I was going to do a reading because I was hearing a specific line from I See Fire at Sharon, right? Desolation comes across the sky. Now I see fire. And that song is just so it's so haunting. That feels also significant. Okay, let's confirm these. But in the middle, sitting here in the middle, it seems like all of this is kind of centering around this lack that you are coming to terms with regarding your material world. Just how dissatisfied you are with like literally everything around you, and how you don't see any way out, which we'll get into it. Four of Cups. The World. Now, nothing about any of this will point to you moving through this energy, you closing out a cycle, or actually, that could track. This could be turning around for you. This could be energy that you were sitting in, that you're moving through right now. And it could be that, you know, maybe you're not moving through it right now, but in the next few days, because Mars is going over Pluto in Aquarius, right? Pluto is death, rebirth, transformation, right? The underworld. Mars is like your action, your willpower, your drive, your desires. And so it could be that this transit here is a very, very powerful transit. It could bring up a lot of gunk that needs to come up for you, and then that is what helps you move through it. This waxing moon, shifting consciousness. Yeah, okay, so you're moving through it. Knight of Pentacles reverse. Again, stuck. Wow, okay, so for a while you've been sitting in this very stuck energy. Literally every card that's come out other than the World and the waxing moon has been speaking about dissatisfaction, stuck, stagnancy, just ick, right? Four of Pentacles reverse. I think that was the Ace of Pentacles that wanted to come out, but they didn't. We've got the Nine of Pentacles and the Hierophant reversed. But it just, whoa, okay, hold on. Let me recalibrate. So I'm taking that because both fell, but this one was upright. When it fell and I flipped it over, it was then reversed. So I'm taking that as this is what they want from you, right? This is what Spirit is trying to do for you. This is the energy that they're trying to get you to move through, but this is the energy that you're sitting in. But it's okay, right? Nine of Pentacles verse speaks to standing up for what you deserve, working too hard, undervaluing yourself, very much like a self-worth thing. And Hierophant reverse specifically within this deck speaks to unconventional lifestyle choices, going against the grain, going against the norm, going against like established institutions. And so maybe that's something that you're very, very insecure about. Maybe that's why you feel so stuck. That could be why you feel so stuck. Because you know that this life isn't for you, but kind of seeing no way out of it. But Spirit's working on you, so let's keep going. Four of Swords reversed. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles. So over this stagnant energy, this stagnancy in the mind, you're starting to see that it's okay that you don't necessarily have a plan. It's okay that you feel stuck, because you understand that good things take time. You understand that this is something that's worth building, or that's how Spirit's trying to guide you to be. And not often do I just say like, excuse me, sorry. Not often does it come up where I'm like, this is how Spirit's like guiding you, unless I specifically set that intention as I'm pulling or channeling. So I'm leaning heavily on a lot of this is the energy Spirit's trying to guide you towards, right? Kind of like a light at the end of the tunnel sort of energy. Page of Wands reversed. Finicky. sit with this. I have to sit with this. Out of ideas. But you know what? This could be good. This could be good. What I just heard was more so that, like, understanding that this energy cannot continue, but it's kind of seeing no way out, right? That's kind of been the theme of this thus far. So that's not bad. That's not bad. Tower at the bottom of the deck here. I mean, yeah, this could be quite the tower moment for you. It's collapsing a lot within you. My throat just got really dry. All right, well, Queen of Cups reverse. Yeah, you're kind of in your feelings about this. You're kind of in your feelings about this. Fostering codependency, irrational, melancholic, gullible, extremes, wallowing, imbalanced. Which, I mean, that's so that we had 4 cups. The world. Queen of Cups. You are overcoming this energy of woe is me, to be honest. And that's what I wanted to say after we first got the Page of Wands, but I was like, I don't know, because you seem sort of this seems like a minefield. This seems like something I'm gonna have to be very gentle with, and that's okay. That's okay, right? We all go through those periods, so you know, no judgments. But you are worlding this energy, albeit a little slowly, but you're doing it. You're doing it. Sorry, something. Knight of Pentacles reversed. I'm getting like a British accent. Yeah, okay. We got the cosmic trigger card, solar eclipse. And I just spoke about Mars moving over Pluto in Aquarius, the solar eclipse that we have in about 3 weeks, literally actually 3 weeks to the day, will be in Aquarius. We're gonna have a solar eclipse in Aquarius, an annular solar eclipse, I believe. But it's cosmic trigger, right? So it's over the waxing moon, shifting consciousness, increase, gaining perspective sort of thing. And the Knight of Pentacles reverse was confirming that again, a sense of feeling stuck and whatnot. Again, Spirit is working on you with this, so you may start to see. It's like this is going to be like for over the next 6 months, but it really starting to actually trigger with the solar eclipse in Aquarius. You should really work with that energy. Maybe you are Aquarius. The Aquarius could be a very prominent placement within your own chart. There's something else I was gonna say. I am kind of getting the sense that that you've been kind of wallowing in self-pity, and Spirit's kind of like, all right, this gotta stop, right? It's because it's like they have things planned for you. They have things in store for you, but you're not moving through the energy in order for them to be able to like bring that in and grant you that. So this is, you know, a bit of force, and I've said that for the last 2 months of, you know, things are changing, we're growing, whether we like it or not. This is very much come hell or high water energy, and it looks like you're facing the high water. Hell, high water. I think both are actually bad. You're facing it. I mean, some people, you're just being dragged, kicking and screaming, and that's okay. We all have those points in our life. We all have those points in our life. All right, this Nine of Pentacles reverse. Page of Pentacles reversed. Which, I mean, that speaks about self-doubt. Not really believing in yourself. It's kind of like you've disappointed yourself in the past a lot, right? This speaks to like no follow through, commitment issues energy. I actually think now that you're kind of being a bit hard on yourself, you're seeing yourself as someone who, like, your self-worth is like is wrapped up in feeling like you make the same mistakes like over and over again. You don't learn from your lessons. You repeat a lot of patterns, right? That you're kind of tied to this dark energy, this negative energy. Like you are enslaved to it, bound to it, right? And a lot of the solar eclipse in Aquarius, a lot of that energy is undoing. Not even undoing, because we've done a lot of that work. I don't think you're consciously aware of that, but we've done a lot of that work. It's deciding new contracts, new like spiritual soul contracts of like of what our life is going to be, what we're going to be dedicated to, just our path, our plan. And actually, what I'm more so seeing here with this Four of Swords reversed and this Seven of Pentacles, it's like you're sitting in this energy of feeling like nothing's happening. And Spirit is trying to tell you that, like, no, you're planting seeds. You don't see it yet, right? You don't see the manifestation. You don't see your harvest yet, but you're planting seeds. And you're kind of getting down and out because it's not happening fast enough for you. But are you really in a place to, like, we get exactly what we need, exactly when we need it. Meaning, the you that you are now, the energy that you're sitting in now, that they're trying to move you through right now, you'd fuck it up. Like whatever it is, you'd fuck it up. You just would. And that's why it's been held back, because you're divinely protected. Like Spirit is all over this energy. Hierophant reverse. What's this unconventional like energy that you're being asked to step into? I was wondering when this was going to come back around. Ten of Swords reverse. Regeneration, release, letting go, healing. But specifically, right, like of a relationship. And we started the reading with me saying that I was hearing crazy in love, specifically homecoming. It could be that, maybe, when it rains, it pours, right? Maybe, like what I'm hearing with this is that perhaps there was like someone in your life that things kind of went to the wayside with. Things went really, really left for one reason or another. And after that, it's like everything else in your life just started to go and go and go and go and go. And it kind of put you back in this energy that was kind of really, really lingering under the surface anyway, here with the Devil out, right? This speaks to things that you were already struggling with, already dealing with, things you were already chained to. It really brought to the surface all the low points that you feel about yourself, like how you truly deeply feel about yourself. That's why you're being asked to like work through it, move through it, see the light at the end of the tunnel, as I was saying. Seven of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. And didn't I say when I was confirming the Four of Pentacles reverse, I was like, the Ace of Pentacles looked like it wanted to come out, but it didn't. But it's Ace of Pentacles reverse, and it did fall right on top of the Four of Pentacles reversed. Unstable situation, delays, iron out the details, greed, caution, under review, revise. Didn't I just say that, like, everything was there for a reason? I just said that the you that you are now would fuck it up. It's delays. It's being delayed, right? There's caution over this because you need to see that this will ripen when it's meant to. That you're not stuck. You're not stagnant. And also see that, like, and I know this is contradictory, stick with me here. You're not stuck, you're not stagnant, but also you need to kind of see that, like, you're stuck and stagnant for a reason, right? You're in this holding period, like this holding cell, and it's really like this divinely protected, wrapped cocoon holding cell, right? This isn't a punishment. This is protection, and you have to see it that way. And maybe that's why you're being guided to this message, to understand that you're being protected here. You're being protected from your worst self, from the darkest parts of you. The Devil reversed. hell, it could be that, you know, that relationship or whatever, that had to end in order for you to face yourself. Sometimes we can't. I'm gonna get to this in a second. Sometimes we allow ourselves to get too wrapped up in another person, either fixing them or just hyper focused on them, and it as a way to bypass our own shit, like dealing with our own shit, confronting our own shit. And so, you know, perhaps this person was taken out of your life, and perhaps it, you know, it was mucked up the way that it was because these things needed to come to the surface for you, right? I know this is kind of like it's a, but there's a word I'm looking for, but it's failing me right now. It doesn't matter. We are put through things, good and bad, because nothing's good or bad, it's just neutral, right? We're put through things to grow. Sometimes it's good things, sometimes it's bad things. And unfortunately, we as humans, we grow when we're uncomfortable. We don't grow within our comfort, right? So if you're getting lost in someone else, there's no reason for you to deal with your own shit. You have a distraction. And it could be that, you know, you were holding them back or one way or another, right? Just stopping them from dealing with their own crap. Maybe not. Who knows? Who knows? But that's just, you know, food for thought there. We have another moon card. So the lunar cycles are very, very significant here. We have the waxing moon, the solar eclipse, and now we have the new moon. Interesting. We're in a waxing moon right now. So this is coming to a head right now for you, which makes sense because, again, Mars over Pluto. Because we have a full moon in Leo on February 1st. And then the solar eclipse is a new moon. New moon card right here. Right. A change in direction, setting your intentions, new cycle begins, don't give up, determination. So you've got over this out of ideas and everything, kind of not knowing how to move through this energy on your own and all this kind of stuff. Like between now and the eclipse, the full the new moon, the solar eclipse in Aquarius, and also it is Chinese Lunar New Year that day as well, the start of the fire horse. And you could be wondering, like, why this year thus far everyone's been saying 2026 is gonna, you know, things are gonna pop, all that kind of stuff, right? And wondering why it hasn't happened then. Because the fire horse starts on February 17th, the Chinese Lunar New Year. So like we're still in the energy of the snake. We're still shedding. We're in the last bits of that. We're in the kind of like the things that are clinging on for like dear life, right? Stuff that we're kind of not even really aware of, that we've repressed so far deep down in our psyche because they have such a hold on us, right? And because they're so painful to unearth and deal with. So, but planning, oh, I can't read, planning, execution. So this overwhelmed feeling, this feeling like you are scattered, that you know, made poor choices and all this kind of stuff, right? Being out of ideas, being chained to your codependent patterns, this toxicity, right? And, you know, all this. There's a new moon over this, and that is what you're worlding. That is what you're worlding. I had to make sure that wasn't reversed. That is what you're worlding at this time. Yeah, this lack of inspiration, this lack of faith, this inability to see the light at the end of the tunnel there. Seven of Swords verse. Getting caught, confessions, remorse, unworkable strategy, coming clean, prick consciousness. You did something. You did something. Or maybe you've been sitting in this energy because someone did that to you. That's I'm also hearing that. So that's that's the energy that you're sitting in right now. If you take away nothing else from this, understand that this energy is moving through you. Maybe it doesn't feel like it for you. It don't gotta feel like it for you. What's going on in the cosmos is actually literally never any of our business. We're just here. But that was some heavy energy. Let's get you an archetype card. Energy you're sitting in. Energy that they're shifting you towards with this new moon, solar eclipse. All right, energy that you're sitting in. Whoa, that was easy. And so poignant, like so poignant. Oh my goodness, spirit. The desert. I'm gonna read the card because it explains it more beautifully than I could in this moment. Just understand that. Oh, and right under it, I didn't even realize. If I can get it up, hold on, struggling here. The bridge. Oh, this is powerful energy. This is powerful energy. Okay. Did you see how excited I got? Oh my goodness. And they're, shut the fuck up. They're right. They're one after the other. Oh my goodness. The desert leaves us disoriented, desperate for direction, grasping for meaning, longing for solid ground. For endless miles, we are confronted with a lack of clarity and existential dread. We are thirsty, hungry, pleading with life to get back to normal, to become animated by simple pleasantries of day-to-day life. The desert offers no such comfort, and all must pass through it. If you can embrace the discomfort of the desert, knowing you will someday reach water again, you can tap into the potent energy of the landscape. Its lights are blindingly bright, and its dark creativity. Its lights are blindingly bright, and its darks terrifyingly deep, which makes for unbridled creativity and clairvoyant visions. Truths reside in the desert that otherwise remain hidden. The crows, the shadows, the coyotes call surround you. Let the winds and sands work their deep magic, weary traveler. The wasteland, the badlands, right? Very different from the void. The bridge. Bridges are built to connect two worlds. They create flow, allowing us to travel between realms, ideologies, personalities. This archetype is a gesture of acceptance, of saying yes rather than withdrawing, separating, and saying no. When we cross a bridge to an unknown land, we are led magically into a new reality. We open up to otherness, healing, and communication are made possible. We enter a state of curiosity, wonder, learning. The shaman, for example, creates the bridge between the everyday world and the sacred. This card asks us to study the connections between the seemingly disconnected parts of our lives, relationships, ideologies, histories. Remember that a bridge can't be forced. It must be made with love, or its structure will not withstand the inevitable weather of life. The connection, the link. So you're sitting in this desert, right? And didn't I say, oh my goodness, didn't I say I See Fire? Go listen to that song. Go listen to I See Fire by Ed Sheeran. Desolation comes across the sky. Like that's the bridge here. Like the desolation of your life, everything that's happened, right? Just how everything is just, there seems like it's no way out. You know, you're just kind of wondering and wishing for someone to guide you, but the entire point is for you to be in this ick, in this mud, because you're meant to bridge what's this to bridge it back to other old repeated patterns and toxic cycles, to see what they're actually trying to world you out of, what they're trying to complete, right? What they're trying to get you to have this aha moment, this sense of clarity over. But then also see, like, to gain like this wisdom and clarity and understanding of where it is that they're taking you, how everything that you've been through thus far has led you to be perfectly primed and prepped for where it is that you're going, even if it doesn't feel like it. But you have to look at this differently. You have to see this differently. You have to appreciate, I hate to say it, but it's, your darkest times. Like, you have to appreciate them. You have to find the beauty in them. That's kind of what they're asking of you. Find the silver lining. All right. The energy archetype that they are trying to move you towards, starting with this solar eclipse in Aquarius. Oh, you got 3 here. Juicy. The Mirror. The Sustainer. The One. Golden Child. Golden. I'm getting Golden Boy specifically. Chosen One. Literally like Harry Potter. All right. All right, this is what they're trying to move you into. We look into mirrors every day without recognizing them as portals into another realm. They can shatter, flatter, distort, reflect, and project an image back to us that we dream to be true. The energy of the mirror is all about self-perception. When the archetype of the mirror appears, we are in the mythic land of Narcissus, who saw himself reflected in a pool and fell in love with his own image. So compelled by his reflection, he could not turn away, a fixation that eventually led to his death. Recognize the power and the danger of the mirror. It is a construct, one that may drive a shard between you and your true self. The mirror contains trickster energy. Put the phone down, stop with the comparisons, and let the mirror stand empty for a while. Rest with the one inside. Essentially, you don't see yourself clearly. So you need to stop overly analyzing yourself. You need to stop looking at yourself for a while. And you need to stop comparing where you are in life to where other people are in life. Because it's just digging you deeper and deeper into this hole. The Sustainer. The Sustainer, the second archetype in the trio of existence, works behind the scenes, tending to the task of life. They cultivate gardens, pay bills, keep the meals warm, and the mouths sweetly fed. The Sustainer is at peace in the process of life, knowing there is no start or finish to a humble yet meaningful task. They have a natural inclination to nourish others, to archive, to preserve Earth's resources, to consider environmental impact, to see their role in the divine cycle of life. It's common for the Sustainer to become overworked, leading to resentment. Their tasks aren't glamorous, and therefore the Sustainer rarely receives the credit or attention. The Sustainer longs to hold things in place so badly, especially relationships, that they resist necessary change. Take time with this archetype. It is within us all and needs our love. The Peacemaker, the Upholder, the Preserver. You could resonate with or feel called to work with Lakshmi, Vishnu, and Demeter. I'm really sorry if I butchered those. Take note of the difference between maintaining and sustaining, which action describes your life more accurately. In all of this, have you stopped to like survey like what you bring to the table? Not not materially what you have to offer, because that's a big thing that you're focusing on, right? Well, you as a person, like clearly they're trying to get you to see that you're one of the quiet ones. You're like often overlooked, right? Or the value of your work isn't expressed outwardly, right? But you sustain people, you sustain others, you sustain the environments around you, right? And there's a beauty in that. There's also kind of been there's no glory in it. Do you know what I mean? And maybe you've been searching for glory, right? For external validation. But like, where's that coming from? Because you as a person, you don't really need that. You don't really seek that. But it's because you're overworking, because you're so dissatisfied with what's going on in your personal life, because you feel like it's inadequate, that you now need that sort of validation to fill in the void, to fill in the lack, right? This codependent, like very toxic cycle of you. And it keeps you in this like trapped, like stagnant, dissatisfied energy, right? With life, with yourself, just constantly being down on yourself, harping on yourself, and all these sorts of things, when really you need to see the beauty that is you. The sustainer is very beautiful energy. It's very vital energy. You sustain. And yeah, that's energy that they're moving you towards, but that's energy that they're moving you towards for you to see, right? That's for you to look at your past, look at your current, and find the silver lining in it. You have sustained, and you will continue to do so, because that's who you are at your core. That's a central pillar of who you are. So like, give that the respect that it deserves. And let's go with the 1. Our ability to experience this archetype firsthand is limited. It comes in brief and potent moments that we are left to savor for a lifetime. The 1 is both the energy that unites all living beings and our capacity to sense this intimate union. This archetype eludes us for most of our lives, appearing as a concept in a distant galaxy. Yet when we are in the midst of its power, a solemn reverence falls across all the land. We glimpse ourselves in the vastness of all consciousness and are neither small nor large within that field. We are neither important nor unimportant. All duality fades away, and we are left with what is, the precious knowing that life is a gift, and we are both the giver and the receiver of this fortune. The Annus Mundus, look that up, is a circle representing the unity of existence. Is it possible that the beginning and the end of all things is love? Non-duality, one love. That feels like witness consciousness, kind of looking back and understanding that you, like it said, you are both very significant and insignificant, right? Like in the grand scope of the universe, of chronological time, like, you know, just human existence, you are but a speck. But also like have reverence for that speck, and understanding that you, just like all of us, we're just specks culminating into this human experience, this collective consciousness. And learning to like appreciate that you're both one and all. I hope that made sense there. But yeah, that's and we have the dead end at the bottom of the deck there. The dead end. Closing that out. You need to understand that, and literally it actually says this in the description, that typically the protagonist comes to a point where they feel like they are at a dead end, and that's basically when shit starts to pop off, right? That's actually when they are at the beginning of something. Really, it really speaks to the unknown, the great abyss, right? The road less traveled, and that's kind of what's being asked of you at this time. All right, because this is already like 40-ish minutes long. I love the Woodland Oracle deck, specifically for like messages of surrender, like what you can like anchor onto, hold on to. Gonna close into that. I was gonna tap into the energy of you and this person, right? Because again, we started with like crazy in love. I don't know that that's, maybe I'll do an extended and I'll tap into that. Surrender message for this collective at this time, please, divine spirit. The antelope and wheat nourishment. I mean, that's pretty simple. How are you nourishing yourself at this time? Because it would seem that you're punishing yourself, likely depriving yourself. You know, go get some essential vitamins, minerals. Go stand in the sun, get some vitamin D. The bee and pomegranate, productivity. What does productivity mean to you? And look at there needs to be kind of a link and a balance between how you nourish yourself and how you go about your goals, because you specifically, we in your tarot and in the archetype came out being overworked, right? Having a tendency to overwork yourself, and it being based in, you know, a lack of worth. So that's something we need to sort of really focus on. How can you better, more efficiently, more lovingly direct your energy at this time to what you consider productivity? And again, what does productivity mean to you? That's up for you to define. Also, remember that the Hierophant reverse come out, right? What you do, your path, how things look for you is not going to look like how it looks for Tom, Dick, and Harry down the road. Embrace that. And again, like we're speaking of Aquarius, Aquarius is like so important right now. Aquarius goes against the grain. Like in modern astrology, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, and though I don't really subscribe to the whole like modern rulership, a lot of Aquarius energy is very much tied to Uranus, and Uranus is the great disruptor, right? The rebellion, like, you know, the rebellion, the rebel. You were never meant to like to fit in. You were always meant to stand out. So it's like, stand out. Let's get one more to close. But also at the end of the day, right, again, like traditional astrology, like traditionally Aquarius is ruled by Saturn, right? Saturn is it's restrictions, it's structure, it's control. And Aquarius being the rebel, you gotta know the rules to break the rules. Now you know them, so how are you gonna break them to fit your own life, to fit what nourishes you, what you deem as productive, how you want to go about your life, your world, right? How you're breaking the mold, how you're breaking constructs. And also Saturn is about to go into Aries, the initiator, the spark, the literal start of the zodiac. We're meant to break the mold going forward. And Uranus is about to go into Gemini, and asteroid Setna is at play here as well, the great creatrix, which also, yes, she's a creatrix, but that which creates destroys. The chipmunk and the laurel, and the frog and the lotus. Success, metamorphosis. Allow yourself to be transformed. That's it, that's all. Adaptability at the bottom here. Allow yourself to be transformed. That's where you're gonna find your success in this cocoon phase, in this metamorphosis. It's uncomfortable, it's rough. Change ain't meant to be fun. You know what I mean, right? Like when you were breaking down a human and building them back up again, that's a messy process, right? Life is messy. Like let's take it to actual birthing. There is nothing about that. Yes, the concept and everything is very beautiful, but like, come on. It's messy. It's messy. It's painful. Babies literally scream and cry taking their first breath, because to take their first breath of air after being in the womb, it's not pain that they register, but it is like, it is a pain to be born, to be birthed. You're being, do you get what I'm saying here? You go from cells sitting in this like cocoon space to being out into the world, mixing with all the elements and whatnot. That's rough, bro. That's rough. So just let it be rough. Let it be rough. Let's just get one more. Maybe not. I'm gonna take that. Patience. Gotta be patient. Patient young grasshopper. Young little bobcat. The color purple could be significant. The movie, never seen it, but the movie itself, yikes. But also the color purple. And not just because purple's on that card. That came to me this morning, and I didn't want to. That was a message I wasn't even going to try to go into, because again, I don't care for the movie. But anyway, that's my own thing. I love you so much. I hope this helped you. I hope you found some sort of solace, peace, understanding in this, and I hope moving forward you are more gentle with yourself. You allow yourself to be in this process. You allow the mud to be the mud, and you love yourself through it. I hope you learn to nourish yourself and you embrace it, because you've got beautiful things coming for you. We didn't get into that, but that's kind of not the point, right? The point necessarily isn't what's coming. The point is really that, like, you're really hard on yourself. You're really mean to yourself, and that's unkind, and it's not getting you anywhere. So like, maybe let's not do that. I love you so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye.